Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, good morning. Why are you not focused on me, camera? Hello, hello, camera. Hello, I'm right over here, camera. Come here, please. Oh, you're focused way over there. Why are you focused on that? Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. If you're new here, I'm Laura. This is the Last Minute Laura Morning Show. We get together Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. with all of the animals, all of the garden stuff. We craft together. We chat about crafting. We chat about our pets and plants and all the fun things we're doing. Today, I want to do some painting while we chat. But before we get into that, I do have two really beautiful bouquets here. The first one, I picked my yellow Chantilly snapdragons, and I think they turned out really nice in this bouquet. I'm not a huge fan of yellow generally, so I wanted to cut them out of the garden, but I also picked a purple poppy, some Clarkia mountain garland, a hosta bloom, and then the yellow Chantilly snapdragons. They're a very pale yellow. They almost have like a green fluorescent sort of vibe to them. Aren't they pretty? The garden is absolutely, it's giving so many flowers every single day. Like, I could genuinely pick multiple bouquets every day right now. It's the best time of year for me. So, are you gardening this year? Oh, I got a sunburn, but just on one eyelid. You can't see it, but I can feel it, and it's sore just here. Everywhere else, I was really safe over the weekend. I put sunscreen on. I'm not wearing makeup on my face today because I didn't want to have, like, my skin feels like it got a little bit too much sun, and I didn't want to put anything on it. But I did try. I wore sunscreen every day that I hung out outside. I was very responsible. I tried anyway. I guess I wasn't very responsible because I did get a little sunburn, but barely. I barely got a sunburn. We had the cutest weekend, except Alex. Alex was sick, unfortunately, so he was in bed all weekend. He caught a bug, and I wonder where he caught it from, but he caught a bug, and he basically had to sleep all weekend. It was a bummer. Because the weekend is supposed to be your fun time, you know? And the poor guy had to just be in bed fighting something. He's still not feeling well, so he actually took the day off work today because he's still not well. And I don't know what to tell you. It was most likely 100% he caught what I have and what everybody seems to be having, but poor guy. So I had to find things to do myself all weekend because Alex was not feeling well. So I ended up spending Friday, Saturday, and Sunday each day. My sister picked me up, and I just spent the day with her and Alistair. Alistair is off daycare this week because there's like a vacation for the daycare. So he was home. Well, I mean, it was the weekend, but like he was home on Friday. So my sister came and picked me up, and Alistair and my sister and I, what did we even do? We went to a garden center. Toby was with us too. We took Toby. So Toby was with us all weekend. By the way, Toby is back here. Living a good life. Love that combo, and wow, the poppy again, I love them. It is a lovely poppy. It will drop its petals probably before the stream is even over, but I still wanted you to see it, like IRL. I know I show you pictures all the time, but it's so nice to be able to actually see them. So I wanted you to see them, but that won't even last the whole day. It's okay though. So, yeah, on the weekend we went to my parents' farm and I harvested. Really, I just mopped. I mopped the floor this morning before the live stream because I wanted to have a Monday morning clean floor. I just mopped. What even is it's grass seed. I tied, you can see the edge of it. I tied a bunch of grass seed heads to the top of the cage for them to chew on, and I guess they are chewing on it, so that's good. But anyway, we went to the farm. We collected some, what did we collect at the farm? really we just like walked around. Julia got some more flowers for her garden. And then we spent the evening or the afternoon at my sister's house playing with this water toy. Like there's this splash pad type water toy. It was so much fun. Alistair was going absolutely buck wild. He had so much fun. It was so hot, and it was a water toy. So anytime there's toys that have water, it's a hit for him. And then yesterday, I spent the whole day with them again. We had so much fun. We went mulberry picking and serviceberry picking. So in my area, a serviceberry, also called a Saskatoon berry, it's a tree that mostly just birds eat them because they're super mild and they don't ship. Like they're berries that don't move well. So they're not for sale anywhere. Let me see if I can find a little bit of information about the Saskatoon berry. Anyway, we were driving by. Where were we driving by? Did we go to Dairy Queen? I think we went to Dairy Queen. I had like a really good weekend. I'm going to be honest. It was like a lot of fun for me. Anyway, it's they're often called June berries or service berries, and it's an edible shrub that is native to North America, but they're very mild. Like they're very mild. I have a whole jar of Saskatoon berry jam bought at Costco. So Gary, that was just an embarrassment for you, my dude. Gary's wings grew back. His feathers. Hold on. Hold the horses. Hold up. I'm going to show everyone your wing growing back. Oi, 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 oi. Ahoy, hoy. So this is his normal wing. This is the one that got clipped. And do you see it's growing back? When his tail's like that, he's thinking about jumping. Okay, let me get you high enough that you'll be able to jump to something. There you go. Oh, geez. Anyway, yeah, Saskatoon berry jam is sometimes available in places like Costco, but the berries themselves don't ship well. So yes, you can harvest the berries and process them, but you wouldn't find, maybe at like a small farmer's market, but you wouldn't find them like how you buy strawberries. But anyway, we found 3 big trees just growing in like a neighborhood in front of a bank, and we pulled over and I picked a whole like a McDonald's large cup. We had a cup of water, a McDonald's large cup I picked of Saskatoon berries. It was amazing. And then Alistair and Elizabeth were sleeping when I picked those. Julia stayed in the car with them. And then yesterday we walked around the neighborhood. There was a big garage sale here, and we walked around the neighborhood and found mulberry trees, and we got a large container. We went to my favorite graveyard yesterday that has like really beautiful mulberry trees planted all throughout, and we picked a whole bunch of mulberries, and Alistair was absolutely purple. I wish I could show you a photo of him because it was hilarious. His legs were purple. His arms up to the elbow were purple. His hands were just completely opaque purple. His mouth, it was just like, this was all purple. It was hilarious. He just was eating mulberries. It was so fun. We had such a fun day together. He was so happy and so good and so sweet all day. He didn't have any like toddler meltdowns. And I have nothing against his toddler meltdowns. He's a toddler, so every once in a while he has a meltdown, like every toddler ever. But it was like the perfect day. It was like we had enough sunscreen on. He had a little bit of a sunburn on one of his arms, and I had a little bit of a sunburn. Where did my sunburn? Oh, on my eyebrow. And then Julia had a little bit of a sunburn on her back of her shoulders. Like a little bit. We were all mostly sunscreened, which was amazing, which it just never happens. We're just not very good at maintaining like optimal amounts of sun protection. But we did. And we picked berries, which was so fun for me. And then Alistair went down for his nap like a freaking prince, like a champion, like with no drama, because he's amazing. And then my sister and I went and she got bangs. Like we went out during their nap and she got her hair cut. She got bangs. Amazing. So much fun. And then when we came back and it was time to wake up Alistair, we went out into the where's the back garden? We went out into the back garden and we just planted a whole bunch of planters. It was so fun. And then we got a big bowl of mulberries and we were eating mulberries while planting like petunias and vinca and verbena and zinnias and just all these pretty flowers that we put into pots for Julia's garden. And she did a fun thing with her garden where she decided that each pot would be a color, or each pot would be like themed, basically. Like we would design each pot individually, not trying to go for a cohesive whole. So we made one of them all orange flowers, just all orange flowers, and then one of them was like pink and blue, and one of them was like just white flowers. It was fun. We just sort of played around, and it literally felt like we were all playing. And that's the best time for me, is like, I love being outside. I love playing with dirt and with plants. I love playing with Alistair, and I love chatting with my sister. So, and I love summer. So it was like everything that I like was all in one day, and it was so much fun. I literally, like, I had such a good weekend. And I was saying to Alex, there was only one thing that would have made my weekend better, and that would have been if Alex was there, because he was sick, so he stayed home. And I said, it was literally the best weekend ever. Like on par with a road trip or on par with going camping. It was like that good of a weekend. And I said the only thing that would have made it better for me is if my sweet, lovely Alex was also there. But even without Alex, I still had a very good time. And I know Alistair had a good time. And obviously Julia had a good time too. But Alistair was just the star of the show. I mean, as per usual. He's 2.5. He's not even 2.5. He's almost 3. That's crazy. Isn't that wild? What's he doing getting older? He has no business getting older. Okay, we are going to look here. Well, not there. We'll move this tripod until we get a good angle. Move this microphone a bit. Move my coffee way out of the way to be safe. See if I can move the canvas over to a better location. So yeah, we were just outdoorsy folks this weekend, and it was so fun. I had such fun. It was just like all kinds of fun. Okay, let me try and, that's not what we want, and that's not what we want. Hold on a sec. Just let me try and figure out, 'cause I'm painting like this, so you guys want to be like that more, I think, right? Yeah. Is that all right? It's not ideal, but it's at least an angle you can understand. Anyways, Saskatoon berries are super mild, and so are mulberries, so that's probably another reason why they're not like super popular and sold all the time everywhere. Okay, now we need to figure out what's the next step here. What like needs to happen? What's this need? The only thing I feel for sure confident about, truthfully, is the sunflowers. I feel like these look great. They look like sunflowers off in the distance. And that's the only thing I feel really good about. Everything else is like totally open to being changed. Or at least I'm open to changing it. So this time, one of the things I wanted to try and complete in the painting, this area, we kind of screwed around with it last time, and now I don't know how I feel about it. And then the other thing is, what are we going to do with all this green, and how do I make the road look good? These are the issues that I'm having. So I think maybe I'll go in with a small brush and some brown paint. No, not in my drinking water. Drinking water, you stay over here. Dipping water is over here. And then my smallest water dish. Let me just add a few drippity drips there. Okay. So, what am I gonna do first? I think I also feel pretty okay about the sky. Like, I think the sky is the way that I like it. And I think the tree is the way that I like it. But it's like everything else, I don't know. I don't really care about it. And we determined that it's sunrise, right? Is that what we did? Liked while I cleaned up my aunt's new plant. Ooh, fun. Well, thank you for clicking the like button. And if you guys have not clicked the like button yet, please do. It helps the channel, and you're already here. All right, I've got white. on my brush. What do I want to do with white? I kind of want to figure out what is going on, like, with the road. You know, like this whole area, what's happening up here? It's very dark and shadowy, but like the shape feels kind of confused. Like this shape doesn't feel like it would be the way the actual shape is. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So here's the sunflower line. The sunflower stems should go like this, I think. So I think that area should all be dark green. Let's see if I can make green. Blue and yellow. Oh, who am I? I'm an artist. I made green, and I made a nice green. I'm amazing sometimes. Okay, so then I'm gonna go, because this is all gonna be like grass, I guess, on the edge of that field of sunflowers. I guess it'll be dirt, but like dirt and grass, you know? And I'll add darkness there after. Because it's like a dark shadowed side. But this is my, I feel like that's a better shape. Posted my aunt's garden and my new plants. I think we're missing some life in the grass area. Yeah, I agree. The grass area this is just the background color of the grass area. We still need to figure out how to make it look like alive. Okay, I need like a darker green. Is that dark? Do you have loose paint inside? I hope you do. Also, right now, Alistairs' current absolute obsession, like it's hilarious, but it's just all the time right now. His obsession is the Lion King, and he will be walking, chatting with us, as toddlers do, and then he'll stop talking to us and we'll start talking to each other, my sister and I, just chatting. And then, out of nowhere, Alistairs goes, "Scar dangled the mouse over his open mouth. You'll never live to see the light of another day." He said that. He's not even 3 years old, and he was just reciting the Lion King book that he has. He has a Lion King book because because they can't watch the Lion King 3,700 times every single day. It's just not doable. So they have a Lion King audiobook, and they have Lion King books, and they have Lion King, well, they're just lions, but he has lions that he plays Lion King with. And he has toys where he says, "Okay, now you're Simba. I'm Mufasa. I'm Zazu." And he literally says, he sings the Circle of Life. He's not even 3. And he sings the Circle of Life. He says, "From the day we arrive on the planet." He sings the Circle of Life. It's insane. He's so smart. And every time he would do something amazing, I would look at my sister and go, "He's so amazing." And she would go, "I know." And we would just like stare at him. Totally normal behavior for sure. But he is quite spectacular. And he does the funniest things in the whole world. His favorite movie was Dirty Dancing, followed up by Bob Barker. That's funny. Well, right now, his favorite movie is The Lion King. And he says the hyenas are spooky. Because scary, he doesn't want to interact with scary. So if you say, like, the hyenas are scary, he'd be like, "I don't want to watch it then." But when you say they're spooky, he's like, "Okay, I get that. I understand spooky." So the hyenas are spooky. He knows all the characters' names. Oh, also, they've watched the live-action Lion King now, too, because I don't even know how to explain to you. This kid would watch he wants every bit of content surrounding the Lion King. That's all he wants. He loves the Lion King right now. And also now he's taken to calling all cows, like he has plastic animal toys. All of his cows are now wildebeests. No, it's a wildebeest. No, that one's a cow. No, not today. This is a wildebeest. And it's very funny. Okay, I feel like I need to do something where I like use white to just create like dots or something. Like create some other textures here. Do you know what I mean? Like there would be like a bunch of rocks. But I don't want it to be too aggressive, so I just want to like dot it. And he says the part through despair and hope. My sister and I laughed out loud because we were like, this kid does not know what despair is. Through faith and love. He's so cute. My heart, I literally stare at him. Also, he says, you're my favorite auntie. No, he says, you're my best auntie. And I say, yeah. And he goes, and I'm your best friend. And I was like, you're not wrong, buddy. You're not wrong. And, it makes me very happy. He makes me laugh out loud like hundreds of times every day that I see him. Like just, he's so funny. He says the craziest things. And he says the craziest things all the time. And then he'll look at you and he'll say to me, Auntie Laura, you're like a princess. I love you so much. Or no, not so much. He says, I'll love you forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You're my best auntie, and I'm your best friend. It's very cute. Are you using acrylics? Yes, I am. I'm using acrylics, and I'm diluting them with water because the rules are there ain't no rules when it comes to the way that I paint. Isn't it sweet? He's so sweet. And he's so sweet. Like, he's a nice person. He's 2.5, and he's already a nicer person than most people. You're incredible. Oh, you're so nice. Well, thanks for joining us. Nice to see you here. Your nephew sounds so sweet. He is. He's very sweet. All my nibblings are so cute. My sisters make freaking adorable kids, honestly. Okay, I feel like this is doing something better than what it was doing before. Okay, so now that's like light color. So now I feel like I would add darkness as we get closer to the foreground for the same dots. Maybe not that dark immediately. A little lighter than that, okay. Because it gets, the closer you are to the front, the darker the colors. The more saturated and the darker. And also these will start to get a little bigger now in the middle. But they can't be too big because look at how big that tree is. Also look at how big the cow is. These are not boulders. These are rocks. But they are also closer. I'm talking myself out of stopping is what I'm trying to do here. Till we find our way. It's so cute. I wish you could see him. He's the cutest. On the path unwinding. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. I'm just singing The Lion King. Everyone should be allowed. Oh no! What have you done, Laura? I got black paint on my sky, my beautiful sky. It's okay. Water will remove the black paint because the layer underneath is totally dry. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. That's a mood. Literally. Please, YouTube, just leave me alone. Actually, don't leave me alone. Give me realistic, reasonable, survivable living wage income through ads, please. Show my videos to more people. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That'd be super. How do you make a road look like a road? I don't know. This does not look like a road. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna make it look like a road. Eventually, at some point. You know what else is a problem here? The road is a kilometer wide. I think that's also part of the problem. Like, the cows can't be this size. Like, my perspective feels weird now that I'm looking at it. If the sunflowers are this big, the cows can't be this big, or else the sunflowers would be the biggest sunflowers you've ever seen. Compared to this tree, shouldn't the tree be much bigger if the sunflowers are the biggest sunflowers you've ever seen? Have I made animals that don't exist? Is that the smallest cow in the world? No, it's under a tree. How far away is the tree? If it's the same distance as the sunflowers, we have issues. I'm realizing my painting perspective. It's fine. It's for a toddler. He's not gonna mind. It's fine. Even though the road is seriously way too wide right now, it's okay. We're gonna make it work. Everybody's gonna be fine. Okay, and this part of this sort of hill is going to be transitioning into the road, which means we can take some green and start dotting the side of the road. The shoulder, if you will. Again, this is all just background color right now. This is all going to be covered by the plants in the foreground, so we don't need to panic very much. So stop panicking, you guys. I know what I'm doing. Who is trying to convince who? I also feel like the fence, there can be grass on this side of the fence. You know, the fence wouldn't be right against the road dirt, you know? Like if I go like this, right? That's a vibe, right? A little bit of grass. You wouldn't be riding right up against the cows. That would be dangerous. A farmer would never do that to their cows. Don't worry. I figured it out before we made a mistake that we couldn't fix. Thank you, acrylic, for always fixing what I do to make things not the way that they should be. Okay, a little bit more of this. What I'm excited for is painting in the wildflowers. That's what I'm really getting excited for. That's the only part I really want to do right now, but it's like one of the last parts to paint on. So we just have to make our way through all the other steps. Have to re-put in my shadows, unfortunately, but you know, it's okay. Acrylic never lets me down. Acrylic is a good friend of mine. Acrylic nails, acrylic glass replacement idea things, and acrylic paint. Oh, how plastic is so useful. Acrylic is pretty forgiving. Ooh, ooh. Literally, acrylic is polite to me. I feel like I want to learn how to do watercolors, but I'm also scared that they're going to make me feel bad about myself. So instead, I just water down my acrylic and I go, look, it's like the same. It's like the same. It's basically watercolor. Look, see, I made a watercolor. And then people who do watercolor are like, that's not the same. Those aren't the same. And then I just say, sorry, what? I didn't hear you, la la la. It's totally the same. One day I will learn acrylic, or one day I will learn watercolor, and one day I will learn oil paint. Those are two things I would like to learn, but I don't feel like I'm in a rush to do it. You can do it. You're so nice. Okay, I need something to hold this canvas up a little bit because the shine from the light in my room is making me crazy. All right. What did you guys get up to this weekend? Any Any fun adventures for you? Where did I put my paintbrush down? Don't put it down just anywhere, Laura. You're gonna make a huge mess. Okay, let me try and do this. I got into Squid Games. My partner right now is watching Squid Games. I watched an episode with him, and they had English-speaking villains this season, but the English was clearly written by someone who doesn't have English as their first language because it's a Korean show. So it was written as a Korean show, and it was also written in the style of Korean shows. So, for example, just the way in which people talk was like over dramatized, the English speaking people, and it was so unnatural. Like, it was like such unnatural conversation, and the villains were so comically silly that I couldn't. Anytime they had the villains talking, the villains are like the super rich guys. Every time they had them talking, they were like, well, you know that he's going to have to choose who lives. Like, no one talks like that. It was like, it's like a silly, like it wasn't written by English speaking people, and you can tell because of the way the words were put in, it feels super choppy and unnatural, but it was taking me out of the show, unfortunately. Also, they're wearing like gold masks to cover who they are, but like they're not covering anything because if you knew the person, you would totally be able to tell who they are because it's like a masquerade mask. Also, it just started to feel unrealistic having them talk. I liked it better when they were like secret. They like didn't show them talking, they just showed that they exist. I felt like that was way more realistic to me for a game that's not really realistic, or a show that's not realistic anyway. So I didn't cry, but I was like, oh no, why? I thought maybe that's not what would happen. It felt like that's what was gonna happen, and also as it was leading up to the part where you're talking about did you cry, I kept going like, you shouldn't do that. You're gonna need him. You really shouldn't do that. That was me. And Alex was sitting beside me going like, why? And I'm like, because they just said they're gonna need to do XYZ, and if they only have... Yeah, it was... Watch Squid Games on Netflix! Anyway, we watched Squid Games, and I watched a few episodes. I'm now thinking, I think I watched quite a few episodes with him. But I didn't cry because they kept putting the villains on screen and it kept taking me out. And I was like, just leave. Nobody needs those villains. It's better just having them be a secret society that we never see. You can eat fuchsia berries. Can you? I didn't know that. That's interesting. How cool. Okay, I'm going to try and add like some green going all the way into the path. Because, you know, there's like grass growing on country paths, right? Like, just not too far, but like a little in, like that. There's like little patches. Is fuchsia the same name as boysenberry? I do not know. I'm not a doctor. I'm simply an artist. I'm here to perform. I'm performing paint today. Welcome to the show. This is a performance of paint. You know how I feel about pretty plants that you can eat. That's why I love the serviceberry, and that's also why I love the mulberry. They may make a huge mess on the road at this time of year, but like, that's okay. Okay, there we go. I don't believe they are the same as boysenberry. I feel like I would have known that. So I agree with you, Candace. I don't think they're the same as boysenberry because I feel in my knower I would have known if that was true. That being said, the mulberries, I accidentally left them at my sister's house. She texted me last night and said, oh no, you left the mulberries here. And I texted her, do you think you could wash them and freeze them? And just before I hit send, she said, should I wash them and freeze them? And I was like, oh gosh, we're hanging out too much. You're in my brain. That's literally, I just sent my text, even though she sent the same thing. And then she replied, lol, Gucci. And I said, super, thank you. Like a light fig flavor. I feel like that's a good way to explain what service berries taste like. A light fig flavor. Like a super diluted, pale fig. Because it's not really like an apple fruit or like another berry. It's kind of super mild. Okay, that makes me happier. That path looks way better now, doesn't it? Having grass on both sides makes sense. The road would not be grassless. I also feel like this road needs to be straighter though. Like I almost want it to just be like I'll do like this. And then make this my grass line. Like where I go like like that. Because the grass can be smaller. Ooh, figs are fabulous. Lurk mode. Okay, see you later. Nice to have you. Welcome. Lurk mode is still welcome here. Yeah, because then people can pull over at the side of the road and look at the cows without getting too close to them or putting themselves in danger, you know? There we go. And this can still be like the shoulder where there's a little bit less grass, but there's still, it's not road. Yeah, that makes more sense. Doesn't that make more sense? I feel like that makes more sense. I'm happier with this. Girl, I've been coming outside every night to watch the fireflies. You would not believe your eyes. You know what I've been really enjoying? The same thing as you, the fireflies. They are so prolific right now. And by prolific, I mean there's usually 2 at a time in my backyard at the nighttime, but like I'm still calling that prolific because 2 at a time is better than 0 at a time. Hank Green reassured me that the fireflies are not going extinct, so that's good. Because Instagram started sending me, the fireflies are going extinct, did you know? And then Hank Green, bless his heart, was like, don't worry, the fireflies are not actually going extinct. And I said, thank you, Hank. Instagram was like, did you know by the time that your kids are grown up, fireflies will be gone? And then Hank Green published a video and he was like, don't trust everything you hear on the internet. And I was like, I know, Hank, but still, I almost did. I would have told my sisters, did you hear? Did you see? The internet told me. All right, here we go. Now we've got like a good sized road that isn't too huge for the shape of the cows. We need them to be, we need the perspective to make sense, you know? Okay. Need grass back here now. Okay. How can you be glum when light shines? Whoops, excuse my language. How can you be glum when light shines out your bum? It's true, Candace. How can you? Okay, so now that we've got like an edge to our road, we'll do some wildflowers in there. Nothing too crazy, but they would also be growing around the fence posts. Oh, I love the wildflower part. The wildflower part's my favorite part. And these will be larger towards the front. They're so fun because it's literally just dots of any one color. Like you can just do dots, a whole area of dots of yellow. Because that's how they grow, in big clumps of one type of flower. They don't grow like 3 flowers together. And it's beautiful. Okay, and then we could do some really light pink ones. I think those dots are a bit too big. So we'll just mush them together. I don't know what we need to do to make the cows look better. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, I love this. Okay, now I need to go back in with more gray. That's pretty dark. How dark is it? I just want to make like some dark areas. Oh, that was too much. Maybe need a boulder patch on that side of the road too. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Somewhere for pedestrians to sit and take a little picnic break, you know? My computer is making so much noise. It's like, calm down, dude. You're literally not doing anything. Actually, you are. You're streaming. But I mean, like, still. You could chill. Freehanding boulders. It's going super well. I do also feel like there would be a boulder beside the tree. Don't you think? I feel like there's always a rock beside a good tree. Okay. Can't even see. The reflection is hitting me at a weird angle. Okay. Give me just a sec here. Just sort of form out my thought for this boulder. Okay. Again, this is going to be shadowed, or not shadowed, it's going to be mostly covered with plants. So this one doesn't need to have a huge amount of magic to it. It's going to be hidden mostly. Okay. And now I'm going to take a little more of this gray, and I'm going to try and do a couple more like bigger pieces in the road. Okay. Cool. Okay, now I need to figure out what the road needs for it to feel like a country road. I almost want to look at a picture of a country road. Let me just search country road. Country road. Or dirt road, I guess. Country road. Please don't give me the song. Take me home. Okay. To a place. Ooh, that's kind of close to what I'm trying to do. Okay, so this can be a little bit of a sharper line. And then there can be grass in the middle. Okay, let me try this. Hold on a sec. Okay, it's a little bit more of a uniform look. So, with the gray and the white, dark gray, watered down a bit. Okay, we're gonna get a little more dark gray going in here. Okay, that's a bit more uniform, which is good. Just blended into the rocky areas. Just a friendly little road we're making. A friendly little country road, you know? Okay, so it has almost a blue hue to the gray of gravel. Has a bit of a blue hue. So I'm going to make a bluey gray to wash on top of all of it. Just to give the whole thing a bit of a blue wash. So I diluted the paint so that we'll still see what we did with like the blotchiness. That'll still show up. But at least it'll kind of cool the color down a bit. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then again with this green, I want this to the edge of the road. Have grass. And then we're gonna go into the middle of the road, which I don't know where the middle is yet. Alrighty, heading off for breakfast. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye, have a good day. Thanks for coming. See you Wednesday. Or tomorrow if you wanna come for a crochet tutorial premiere. Alright, that looks good. I feel like that's making more sense to me. Don't you think? I think so. Okay. And then we'll take a little bit of white with the green because it has to cover up that dark gray. And then where's the middle of the road? The middle of the road is here. And it's also here. And it's here. And then again over here. There. So that's going to be the area that's all got grass growing in it. So we can switch back to the small paintbrush now and make us some yellowy green. Lighten up some green with yellow. A little bit of white in there. Cool. And then I can just sort of blotch her on. Oops, dropped a little piece of paint. Put you back. Blotch some grass. I feel like this is what you recommended before, Candace. Just to put grass in the middle. Okay. So first we get the base color down. And this is bright, but I'm going to be darkening it down, I think. Because I don't want it to be too much. And I want it to look accurate, like grass is growing here. Okay, so there's the blotches of grass. Then I'll go in with that dark blue. I'll mix that blue with some green. And then I'll do the next step, which will be just some flickety flicks. So that it is growing like grass. There. Same thing in this one, a little bit longer flicks, so that the shapes are all different. Pretty. I'm making this for my nephew. He used to be obsessed with cows because he was a baby, and if you didn't know, so many babies are just obsessed with cows. But I thought it was because he was special and he was obsessed with cows. Turns out no. Turns out most kids are, at least for a period, obsessed with cows. And that's all fine. But now he's not obsessed with cows, but I'm halfway through this painting. So guess who's going to get a cow painting anyway? A farm painting, I guess. I've been working on this painting for literally months because I just keep putting it down and then forgetting it exists. Okay, that's kind of good. Makes sense. Gets less saturated the farther away that we get. So that's good. And then up front, it's going to be brighter and darker. So we'll do a really bright yellowy green. Oops, added black by accident. A really bright yellowy green. I feel like I'm making all these different greens and then I put them on the page and they're kind of all the same green. There's the grass and stuff in the middle of the road, and then I'll do some of the same colors over here, just so that you can imagine that the road has some of the same plants on it. And also under the fence, I think the fence is going to have some cool colored flowers like growing up against it, the farm fence. So I'm just doing little blotchy areas because it would be like one plant is this color green in that spot. So instead of just painting the whole area, I'm saying like this is one plant. And then I switch the green up a little bit and it turns into a different type of plant, but it's all just blotchy green. And then it fills in the space in a way that looks really nice. And create some continuity. At least that's what I think it looks like. That's what I think. Okay, we're gonna need to do a lot of what we did back there in the front. Oh, that looks way better to me. This grassy zone makes a lot of a difference for me. Okay, I think I'm going to do some dark blue. I'm gonna mix it with black to make it even darker. So it's almost like a dark slate gray. And then I'm gonna get a new paintbrush that's super teeny tiny. And I'm gonna do like tiny dark dots. Just to like add more texture. Everywhere needs more texture because this is like dawn. So there's also gonna be a lot of darkness. Actually, maybe I should do the shadows. Dark gray mixed with green, maybe. A green shadow for the poles. I'll just do green with black and blue, and then I can do the shadows are going all this way, so we can just, oops, too much paint, Laura. Dry that off a bit. I feel like these shadows are too dark. I almost feel like the shadows don't work here anymore. Like I need to just cover these shadows and try again. Just make the whole side dark. Hello, little cow. Yeah, I think those are a bit aggressive. Oops. Like I just want to wash them so that they're not like completely gone, but I do want them to be less visible. Okay, that's a little better. I need to look at a cow from far away to like see what they look like, because I don't know what I'm looking at, but it definitely is not a cow. Okay, and now farther away gets grayer. So this stuff should be less of a bright green and more of a gray green. The farther away in a picture that you're looking, the grayer everything becomes. Our eyes lose color for some reason with distance. It's not bad. Now I feel like I need to do even grayer. So I'm going to do white, add some white in, more white. There we go, that's more gray. I'd like a bit lighter though. Cool. Good. And now this area back here would basically just be gray. Your brain will just kind of blur it all out. Like a gray-green. I'm just gonna gray this spot and then do a little bit of green blotchiness on top of the gray. There. See, that makes more sense for your eyes. Should be lighter back here. Lighter and grayer. Okay. Good. And now beside the barn on this side, I think it's going to also be grass. If I'm correct about that, that would be great. So we're going to try and just fill it in and see how it looks filled in. This goes to here, and then this area will be grass. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's good. I mean, it's not good yet, but it's gonna be good. Okay. So then I want to go with a little bit of brown, and I want to kind of shape out this sort of hill here. Okay, so if that's that, then the yellow and green can come, how far up? Hold on a sec, I just need to have a think here. I feel like that is, because we don't want it to be too tall. Right, so if that's like that, hold on. Just hold on a tick here. And this would come out like that. Okay. I'm figuring it out as I go here. I think this whole area is grass, but I also think it'll be dead grass because it's where the cows walk the most. So I think it'll be yellower. You know? And then there will be like a brown path almost. Brown and gray, maybe. By the way, what is hanging on the fireplace? An old stuffed monkey? An old stuffed bunch of What are they? A bunch of minks, I think? My friend gave them to me. Excuse me. There's something wrong, but I don't know exactly what it is. But I kind of feel like this line is supposed to be like this way more. I think it would be like a less steep hill. Like that. Does that make more sense? Because it's not like super steep. But I also feel like this angle here is making it kind of confused because this wants to be straight down, but it wouldn't be straight because it would be like a pile of dirt. You know? And then if we do light colored dirt, so brown and white, like hay and straw colors, and that would be like up here, you know? Yeah, because it would be like all mucky here, just from cows walking in and out of the barn all day. Yeah, that's the angle I wanted there, because it's like a dirt hill. My friend's parents' farm has one where it's like a dirt hill that goes up to the barn. Like that. I think that makes more sense. Cool, and now we can work on this little field section over here. I just want you to know in my head right now I'm singing the Circle of Life. All right. Oh, it seems I have gotten blue on my paintbrush. When did that occur? What are you crawling around on, Beelzebub? You just going around being goofy? Plus this whole side is kind of in the darkness because it's in shadow from the barn, so it's okay that it's a little dark and gray and doesn't really look like the rest of the field because it's in shadow. So it shouldn't really look like the rest of the field. I need to put a water trough out here. You wouldn't leave your cows with no water now, would you? Okay. Looking so much better. I think stepping away for a bit and coming back with a new eye it looks much better. I agree. I think that stepping away helped with the road. The road was very not the way I wanted it. It's still not exactly how I want it, but like it's better than it was. Okay, now for our little foreground, I think we should just do a nice pretty green, dark green, to do some of this. Okay, I feel pretty okay about it all. What's going on over here? This back field looks okay. It's not like the best field I've ever seen, but it's okay. And now, should we work on the cows? It's terrifying. The cows are the scariest part for me. Okay, or we could work a little bit on this foreground. I feel like that could be more, less stressful for me, that's for sure. Okay, so I've got another paintbrush now. A thin one, but not too thin. And we need to do like actual plants here now. And I think what I want to do, maybe I want an even littler one. Oh, that's not little, I thought it was. Are you littler? They're not labeled, so I don't know how to tell who's smaller. Okay, so if we're gonna do plants, we have to start at the back because once we get to the front plants are gonna be covering up some of the other plants. So I think that a good place to start is with a yellowy green and just getting some marks on the page, even though it's scary. So this part is just making some plants that are a little bit less like blotchy and impressionistic. That's what I'm aiming for at this point. Just getting some more plants going in here. Good bird. Okay. I feel like I want to do like leaves too, where I want to like do dots of green, like blotches, but more like intentional blotches, like clean individual dots. Or maybe like to make like leaves. I don't know what I'm doing for the foreground. I'm nervous about it. Some actual daisy-like ones. Okay, yeah, I could try that. Let's get a tiny brush. And I'll do white with pink because the pink looks like white on this page. And where do I mix? Right here. Just because you don't want it to look like too harsh. Or at least I don't. Okay. So let's do our first daisy patch right here. Oh, how scary. Okay, so there. Cool. Then I'll come in with a yellow for that middle dot. Where's my napkin? Need to dab off my paintbrush for this part. Is that the wrong yellow? Does it need to be like a more orange yellow? I feel like that yellow doesn't look right. Get a little orange in with it. Lemon yellow or neon yellow. Let's do lemon. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, we got yellow and we got orange. And I'm going to mix them into a middle of the daisy color. Oh, beautiful. I found the perfect shade. Hard to see, but I promise they're daisies. Okay, and then over here, I think by the side of the road, there's going to be some black-eyed Susans. I almost feel like I should do them in white first, so that they can be seen. Okay, then I think I'll get a little more of that orange to make a second color. And that color is going to be like a really nice warm orange to just sort of add a second shade in there. I think I need to not worry too much about the shape because from far away it just looks like splotches anyway, like a bunch of flowers do. So I don't think it matters. Okay, so if those are the plants. They would have stems that you could see, I feel like. But not a lot of stem, just like enough that you'll see something. Okay, then I'll do a new green. Okay. Okay, and then there's also some good-sized leaves on Black-Eyed Susans. I know this color is not the right color, don't panic. This is just because the paint underneath is so dark, I want it to show up. So I'm doing it in a light color first, and then I'm going to come back in with a dark green. I just wanted to be able to see my paint, you know? Don't forget clover, like little pink blobs, totally. I will not forget clover. Clover's important. There. So there's a Black-Eyed Susan patch. I think that I can probably go over the yellow now. To make my gold again, I'll get yellow, and then I'll get a teeny bit of the orange. Mix it together. Do I need white? I might need to add white. Okay, Black-Eyed Susan, a little more orange, I think. And there we go. Now I can come in here and thicken some of these up, add more. This is looking too orange right now for Black-Eyed Susan. It needs to be more like school bus yellow, but that's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. The main thing is that you can tell that it's a bundle of flowers now, which is great. Okay, now I need like an orangey yellow. My palette is looking crazy now. It's gonna be time to be washed again after this. Okay. Orange, and I need more yellow. There. Okay, Black-Eyed Susan, orange yellow. Let's make it again. A good scoop of yellow, a small scoop of orange, and then we mix, mix, mix until it feels good, until it feels right. Okay, so first I'm going to come in with this brighter orange. I'm going to do some centers on my Black-Eyed Susans. I know Black-Eyed Susans have black centers, but this is just to create more contrast. More contrast, more contrast. Okay, there. And then I'll go with the just yellow. Dry my paintbrush off a bit. And take some yellow and just do a couple sticky outies, because that's what you see with the petals. You don't see all the petals from far away, but you do see that they're long. Like you can see that they're like, they do stick out. I mean, when you're like driving by them, the way you tell that they're Black-Eyed Susans is you kind of see these long petals sticking out. Once I figure out how to do it once, I think the next group of Black-Eyed Susans will be more quick. Okay, so there. I feel like that's a good place. Kind of looks like daffodils, but it's not gonna look like daffodils. G'day, Laura, g'day. It's not gonna look like daffodils because we're gonna add brown centers. Well, almost black, but dark brown centers to our Black-Eyed Susans. We're gonna try. They're like daisies, but they have a black center. So they're not like daisies. Okay, that's better. There. Black-eyed Susans, round 1. Okay, now the daisies require some stems and some leaves over here. These baby daisies. So we're gonna say you guys are all one plant. And then you guys are all one plant. You can join. Then you guys. And then you guys are all one plant. There we go. Some daisies. And now I'm going to do some more stems, I think. And then we'll put flowers on top of them. I think we should do more black-eyed Susans. I like them kind of by the road in bunches. I feel like they look good by the road. So maybe we do more by the road over here. I'll just do a whole bunch of stems to start. Okay. There's our next black-eyed Susan. Actually, I'm just going to use this wet paint to do a bunch of stems like that all over the place, I think. It's wet and the paint is like dark, but it's not black. It's kind of like a dark gray. I think it looks good as grass. And don't worry, Candace, I will remember to do clovers. I think I can also do like individual little leafy shaped things. I feel like clovers would also have a kind of leaf that I could see. Like, I don't even know what to do. Maybe I'll do like a very light gray, like almost white with the white and green. Give me more white here. Okay. For the clover I'm doing now. I'm doing the first part, which is the leaf. And to do that, I'm going to do like, I think clover would be like here, right? So I'll do like 3 leaves. I know it's in white. We're going to move the, we're going to put green on top of it. I guess the clovers would be in kind of a lot of places. Where did I put you? I mixed up. Oh, you're the light green. Okay. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm going to do a bunch of the flowers, but they also have leaves. I wish I could have a better paintbrush for this job, but that's not what we did today. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing farther away with smaller. Like, we're not going to do individual leaves, just the dots. Okay, so now these are like our clover plant. And then I will take my paint again, get it nice and liquidy to do some stems. Again, these are not real, they don't matter, the stems don't have to be connected to anything because it's just gonna look like visually blurry from far away. Excuse me. Okay, so this right here, this whole area is going to be clover. Clovers are pinkish purple, where I live anyway. So I'm going to get a little bit of purple just to darken the pink down, because the pink is a little bit, like, very pale. And then I can add a tiny bit of this purple. That's still not quite pink enough. I need a darker pink, I think. But not like a bright paint. Maybe I do it with red and I just pink down my own red. Okay, so if we do red and pink and a tiny bit of blue, red, pink, and blue, we should get the purple I want. Okay, that's too blue. We went too far. We blew Girl Bossed too close to the sun. Okay, that's better. Now it's too red. A little more blue. And then we need white because I made it too dark. Okay, that's closer. I'm almost there. A little more of the pink. It feels pretty close. It's a little purple, but I think it's okay because I'll do the flowers and then I'll do some highlights in the lighter pink. Oh, that's perfect. That color's perfect. Never mind. Gorgeous. Loving it. Thank you. Me too. Okay. So there's the first part of the clover flower. Then I'm going to add blue and mix it to darken this purple down a bit. And then I can just kind of come in here and hit the bottoms of each of those areas. Make a darker color. And then I can take just the palest pink, just hit them like a highlight. Now our little clovers are, you know, showing up a little better. Okay, so that's good. Then I'll get the dark reddish purple and I'll just add a few more. Actually, I think I'll do a little even darker than that. There we go. That's a good color. Okay, and now that's going to be clover, but we're also going to have clover like all over. So I'm just going to do some of these flowers around here too. Since I've made the perfect color, I can just move it all over the page now. Clover, clover, larger clover because we're closer to the foreground here. Cool. Okay, and then the lighter part. And back here we'll have that highlight. Cool. Oh, I want to go there. Doesn't this place look nice? I want to visit. Okay. And then I think I should do some dark green details on these clovers. I feel like clovers have some. trying to create clover leaves without it being too, like, in your face, clovery. Because I do want it to just sort of be impressionism a little. Like, I don't want it to be too in your face, sharp focus, anything. I want it all to be kind of blended, you know, for a vibes-based situation. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you're loving it. I'm loving it too. Okay, what other flowers? We need some more yellow ones. I think we'll need more black-eyed Susans. I also think these black-eyed Susans need to have like a section of leaves around them that are darker, because I feel like black-eyed Susans have usually like a grow area around them that's like dark. Like dark leaves. So I'm gonna make one. I'm making a dark green, also known as green mixed with blue and gray. Okay, get that off of me. Okay, I've got a nice dark green now, and I can use that to do dark leaves. Hopefully. Not super opaque, apparently. Okay. Not quite green enough for my liking. Okay. Now I think I need to do like a really dark, almost black color. Where's black gone to? There we go. Sorry, I'm mixing paint again. I know you can't see my, whatchamacallit, my palette, but whenever I'm over here, that's what's happening. Okay, now I need to make a really loose black so that I can do stems again. I don't want to kiss right now, Beelzebub. No. I just don't want these to look like daffodils. That's something that I'm aiming to avoid here. So I'm hoping that the black looks too black now though, in my opinion. I might go back in with the yellow. Excuse me. Stop that this instant. Beelzebub. Okay. A little more yellow, I think. Maybe if I even add a little bit of white, that'll help with the opacity problem I'm having. I feel like I'm having a bit of an opacity. Hey, ma'am, stop it. Too loud. No, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna add white to my color for my black-eyed Susans to try and up the opacity here. Okay, and then I'm gonna try really hard to make this look like black-eyed Susans. Okay, maybe we're going okay. I feel like the yellow I'm using is just very liquidy and it's ruining my beautiful plan. Hey. They live here too. They're allowed to make noise. God knows you guys make a lot of noise all day. You're already out. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna go with my orange again. I'm gonna try something else. Okay, I think that helped. Those black centers are just a little too big, so we can shrink them down a bit and brown them down a bit. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. And now I'll leave that to dry for a second because I'm going to take some lines. And I'm going to go like this. Just a few little black lines to identify where the petals are. Beelzebub, get off my desk. Thank you. Sorry that my black-eyed Susans are not working. They don't look like a group of black-eyed Susans. It's fine. It's going to be okay. It's just not ideal. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of brown and mix it with the black that I'm using, and I'm going to make more black-eyed Susans, and I'm going to put them... Oh yeah, I forgot right here. So we'll do all the centers first this time to see if that helps. I don't think it'll help, but it's worth a shot. Okay, so now we have all the centers. And since I have this brown here now, I'll just do another set of them. There'll be another one. Now, yellow. Oh, I found the problem. There's too many flowers there. Also, the petals don't even need to connect to the flower, and it still makes sense. Okay. These ones look like black-eyed Susans. I guess we'll have to do purple cone flowers also. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Those look like black-eyed Susans for sure. Did you just say too many flowers? Well, like, this doesn't look like black-eyed Susans. That does. So I did something wrong, obviously. And I don't know exactly how to fix it. I think I need to add green in between each of the flowers there. You know? Like, I think I need to, like, take away some. See what I mean? Like, there's not black-eyed Susans. Need to have space to breathe, I guess. Okay, that's a little better. Now let's take what we learned and give them a brown top instead of a black one. Good, 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 and good. And there's more than one kind, so we can just imagine that that's what's happening here. All right, and then I could take my yellow again and do some nailed it. I figured out the problem. Now we have black-eyed Susans. Two problems. The color was the problem, and the general shape of the petals was the problem, and the fact that I need space in between the petals. But now that we figured that out, we're Gucci. And now they look like black-eyed Susans. And it's okay if some of it gets lost. Not all of it needs to be defined. Like there can be parts where there's just like yellow, where we don't have any petals. Okay. Then I think I need to add white to my yellow to opacify it. Opaquery. I need more opaquery. Opacity. My brain just couldn't remember the word for a second. It's fine, I got it now. I need more opacity. Go. Great. Love that. Okay, so that's good. Can add the teeniest little bit of orange, and then we can do it again over here. And there's different types, so it's okay if they're not all the same color, because there are different types of black-eyed Susans. Okay, beauty. 3 nice clumps of black-eyed Susans. I think we should do some black-eyed Susans over here. I feel like that actually looks really good with the multiple colors going. So that's super. So we'll start with the light color I'm using. And we'll imagine the bunch is going to be up against the fence here. And it's growing like that. So we're gonna have a bunch up here. Morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh no! Did you get paint where you shouldn't? No? Okay, good. These have to be smaller, I forgot. They're farther away. So we'll do sorry if my head's in the shot. I need to be closer. Okay, that was the first part. Now we need the center. Okay, now we need some stemmies for them. Cool. More black-eyed Susans. Now we have four patches of black-eyed Susans, and I think I'll do another patch over here, like, hold on, up here, I think. I'm just gonna add more dots in places. We also have to do a purple cone flower because we have these, but I would also like to have the purple ones. So maybe we'll do the purple ones next to this bunch. Or over here maybe. Yeah. Okay, I'm giving them brown centers because I can do whatever I want because I'm the artist. And now I will make purple by going light pink and blue in order to make light blue, and then red to make pink but darker, which is purple. Light pink for lightening it up. Okay, almost there. I'm trying to make the color of a purple coneflower, which is honestly kind of pink. It's not really purple. It's like a pinky purple. Mine's a little too gray. What if I do a little bit of that? Okay, I think we're almost there. Almost got it. I just suddenly had to pee. So I'm going to finish my first cone flower and then I'm going to go to the bathroom for a sec. But I'll be right back, don't worry. Okay, it's not purple enough. Still too gray. That's okay though, for a start. Just so we can see how the... Yeah, that works. For our dark part. And then I'll go in with a lighter color after. Good. And we'll do the same thing here. There will be lighter ones. Okay, now I have to pee. First time joining in months. Loving the hair. Thanks, Stephanie. Good morning. Welcome back. And I'm going to be right back because I have to pee. So just enjoy the music. I'm going to turn off the mic. I'll be right back. whenever I step away, even just for a minute, the birds are out here to do bird crimes. Okay, I feel like this is starting to look pretty good. Don't you think? I feel like I'm starting to understand what's happening, you know? Which is, you know, not somewhere where I usually find myself. Okay, now I'm going to... Actually, I need to rinse out my palette because I don't know what's what. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to give this a quick rinse out. You have paint on your beak. What did you do? There. There's paint on your beak, baby girl. Come on. Bedtime. 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 Nope. Bedtime. Nope. Nope. Not in there. Bedtime. I have to get it off your beak. Bedtime. Get in your cage so I can grab on ya. Bedtime. Bedtime. Go on. That's not bedtime. Go on. Gary, you don't have to go in. I just have to get the paint off Beelzebub's beak. Come on. Bedtime. There you go. Come here, Beelzebub. Come here. Come here. Hey, nope. You're so fast. Come here. Come here. Nope. Come here. Ouch, don't bite. You have paint. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. You're not in trouble. I just need to get the paint off your beak. Here. Step up. Thank you. Ouch. Ouch. Don't bite me. Ow! There's paint. There's poison. You bit me twice, girl. You bit me twice. Here. Good for you. Just needed the paint off your beak. That's literally it. You didn't have to break the skin. Some birds. Okay, now my palette is cleaner. Ow! And I have 2 painful bird bites. It was my own fault, though. Shouldn't have left paint out. I have 2 birds. Ow! Look at that. That's one bite, and that's the other. You see the paint that was on her beak? That's why I had to grab her. Poor bird. Probably got scared. Okay, so now I need white again. I'm thinking something is going to happen to those poor cow-like-ish creatures. Those poor cow-ish, those poor cow-adjacent creatures. Dang animals, literally. Okay, so there we have white. And what color? I feel like I had a canary yellow. Metallic canary yellow. I mean, we could do metallic. It doesn't matter. Plants look metallic sometimes in the sun. Who would make a square container for paint? Who was like, this is a good idea? Someone who doesn't paint. Neon yellow. Do we have any other yellows? We have gold. We could do gold. Excuse me. By the way, if you've not yet clicked the thumbs up button on today's video, please do. It'd be helpful and kind. And you look like a kind person. Okay, there's only one green in here. So really, I have one green that I'm able to manipulate to being multiple greens. But really it's just, oh Jesus. Right when I say I only have the one, I pour out way too much. It's like I need to pour it into the next spot. There we go. Cool. Today I remembered, thank you Michelle, for clicking the thumbs up button. It helps the channel grow and I appreciate you. Okay. Clean the white paint off of this. And now I still need the red because I need to make pink. Is there a pink that I like in here? Any purpley pink? I guess this is kind of a nice color, neon purple. If I just add other colors, that sounds like Alex's scooter fell over again. Rohan knocked it over. I have called Rohan CJ so many times. Since we got Toby, I've been calling Toby and Rohan CJ and Thunder. I know they are not those dogs. I know they are not those cats. Bright yellow or bright yellow. Okay. But yet, for some reason, I keep accidentally calling them by the wrong names. Okay, there's two bright yellows. Good. Bright yellow, bright yellow. Did I do red? No, I haven't done red yet. A little bit of red. Good. So yeah, I've been calling them by the wrong names for like a week. I just keep doing, well, Toby, come here. You leave that poor cat alone. He's sensitive. Okay, so now I'm going to do the purple cone flowers. That's these guys. And to do that, I need to make a new color. So I'm going to start with white because I need it to be lighter than it is. Then I'll do this purple mixed with the white, mixed with whatever was on my paintbrush already. So I've got like a light purple, but I kind of want it to have like a little bit of warmerness to it. So I'm going to add a little red, a little more red. That might make it too pink. Yeah, now we need to do purple again. Okay, that's looking good. That's a good color. Toby, leave him alone. Okay, and then I can go and make the petals for the purple coneflower. See? Now that first color was just our shadow. Great. Oops, maybe a little more water. Aw, don't chase the kitties. Yeah, Toby knows that he's a dog. And silly, Rohan understands that Toby's a dog. Rohan did not consider Thunder any kind of threat. Thunder was our previous Chihuahua who passed away in January. We just recently got a new Chihuahua, new to us anyway. He's 7 years old, and his name is Toby. And he thinks he's like a real dog. He thinks he's like a large dog. He chases the cats. And he chases them like, what are you going to do once you get them? He chases them like he's going to kill them. But he's half of their size. Like, he's half the size of the cats. There's no chance in hell that he would ever win in a battle between him and the cats. But he chases them like he's going to kill them. And I'm like, when you get to Rohan, like if he didn't outrun you, because Rohan is so much faster than Toby. If Rohan didn't outrun Toby, I don't know what Toby thinks would happen. Because there's literally no chance for him to win in a fight. Okay, so there's that. And now I think I'll take purple and make a third color. And do some fun stuff with the third color. So yeah, Toby chases them around the house. And it's so silly to watch because they run away. Peekaboo has got to be close to 3 times the size of Toby. And like, I'm not exaggerating. Peekaboo is huge. Peekaboo's got to be 15, 16 pounds. I don't know how big she really is, but she's a big cat. And Toby is maybe 5 pounds, like soaking wet. He's just not a threat. But he thinks he is. I forgot I need some brown to do the center of my Black-Eyed Susan and coneflowers. I think the center is kind of a brownish green on coneflowers. So I will do that. Make a little brownish green. And then I will add the heads. They are greener, aren't they? Now that I saw the brown, it looks too brown. Needs to be more green. But it's like a greenish brown. Something's wrong here. I think the petals are a bit too long. Something's not right there. On the path unwinding. Let's make a nice warm light green with the gold, or the canary yellow, sorry. Canary yellow and green and white to make this nice light, bright green. And we could use that bright green to just highlight the tops of our little cone flowers. Oh yeah, I forgot about these ones. Cool. I think I'm gonna need to do that black outline thing that I did last time to make the little leaf flower petals look a little more how I want them to look. Okay, I'm gonna just take this glob of black paint. Beautiful. He's not thinking I catch, he's just thinking I chase. I know he's not thinking it, but eventually, like, Rohan runs because he's scared of him. Eventually, Rohan will realize, like, he can also fight instead of run if he wants to. And if he realizes that, Toby's gonna die. Like, how do you explain that to Toby? Like, hey, buddy, I know, you are really tough. Like, you are. I believe you. I'm on your team, 100%. However, buddy, you won't survive it. You won't win this fight. You just will not win it. But he doesn't really have a lot of brain power. So I can't really expect him to do anything other than just be a dog, you know? So I'm not being surprised that he's chasing the cats, but I am just bewildered at the fact that he thinks he stands any chance. But it's also weird because the cats treat it like he's big and strong and scary, which is ridiculous because he is totally not. Not me just using the same paintbrush over and over again. Why use multiple paintbrushes? I could just use the same one. Okay, and then my brown. Brownish, greenish, gray. Okay, there's my other purple cone flowers. Good. How nice is this place? Okay, now I need more. What do I need more of? I think I need more just like happy little yellow dotty flowers. Like maybe even like a pale yellowy white. Maybe even a new paintbrush type. Till we find our way. His obsession with the Lion King has now infiltrated my brain. Okay, I think I'll do a couple of golden, like canary yellow, but mixed with white so that it's just like a really pale yellow. And then I'll just start doing some dibbity dots in that. Just to create more stuff going on in all the foreground and the background. Just water it down a little. Rohan, he's in here. He's lying down on the dog bed, but he's in here. Just so you know, buddy. He is about to run after you. As soon as he sees you, he's about to run. I can feel it. I think we're going to need more daisies. I don't think the daisies are really translating. Good for you, Rohan. Look who just joined us. Look at this pretty handsome man. You just jumped up here so proud and so brave. But you can't touch my flowers, Rohan. You know the rules. And now Toby's gonna come and start going, ha, ha. Look who's behind you. Keep an eye on it. Look who's here. Rohan, look. 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 That's why I was letting you know about it. So you wouldn't be shocked. Don't eat my stuff though, Rohan. Don't eat them. There will probably be a high-speed chase imminently. Ew, don't do that. Toby, go away. You're gonna make Rohan angry, and then he's gonna start running around, and then you're gonna start running, and there's a whole drama that I'm not interested in. Toby, or Rohan, get off of my flowers. I don't even have my spray bottle. Go on. Go. Go on. No, Toby, not you. Rohan, get out. Go on. Get out of here. Go. Go away. Go on. Go on, Rohan. Go on. Go. Don't you? Good job, Toby. You got him. You didn't, but maybe someday. Okay, we need more flowers on this side, that's for sure. Still haven't figured out how to make the cows look like anything. And chaos ensues. Yes, it does. It always does. Like, don't be hanging with my mom. She's mine. I don't even know if it's that much brain power that he's got in the decision. Oh, you're not looking at what I'm looking at. These cone flowers just don't really do much for me, if I'm being honest. It's like there's not enough contrast to like really appreciate them at all. Okay, I have to start doing stuff in the foreground, but the foreground stuff needs to be bigger. So I'm gonna make a green. I'm gonna just start doing bigger dots. We're gonna paint actual stuff over the foreground, but I wanna do lots of little textures to kind of represent like leaves and stuff. Okay. Toby, leave him alone. It's almost like I want to go over a lot of this stuff with like a white pen and a black pen. I'm just adding a bunch of like white lines for for texture. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that during this painting job here, but that's what I'm doing. This is like the palest green. It's like almost white. So it's kind of like my base paint for this sort of line section. So I'll do this whitish green and then I'll go back in after with a more yellowy green. It's like this is the highlight basically. And I'm just keeping the paint really loose by adding water. And it's literally like the palest green. It's green, but it's like almost white. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing some foreground lines. These are not the main foreground, just want there to be lots of grass type things. I'm barely even touching the page, truly. I'm just like barely touching it. So this is like the highlight area. I'm trying to think of what direction I want to make the grass kind of be all going in. Do you think it should all go kind of like that way? That's what I'm leaning towards. Like right now I'm doing the highlight, so it doesn't matter, but like when I'm doing the main color, if I have all the grass kinda, you know? Okay, so there's the first color of the grass. Oh, I should do some on this side, I suppose. Like just little. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good for like our highlight color. Now I'm gonna make another color that is more yellow. Still gonna be green, but a lot more yellow. Like a canary yellow mixed with the green. And that will be our next color. Do I want to do even like gold with it? No, I think I want like a nice bright green. Toby, leave him alone. He'll kill you. Don't know how you think you're gonna make out with that, but it's not gonna go well for you. So I have the yellowy green now, and the yellowy green is gonna start covering up some of these boulders with some grasses. By the way, happy Canada Day tomorrow. It's true. For all of us up here in the Great White North, that's us. Yeah, happy Canada Day for those of you who are celebrating. I think I'm going to be going down to like where we have a local stuff happening. Usually there's like, you know, little, not a fair, but like kind of like a fair. I guess it's like what you guys do for the 4th of July. But it's not a fair, but there's like vendors and stuff, you know, fireworks, that sort of thing. So that'll be fun. So pretty much I'm going to treat each of the white lines as though it's the highlight. So I'll still be doing a bunch of grass around it. It's starting to look good, in my opinion, man. Okay, get a little bit of that in. I needed to get a little white back into the paint because the white is so opaque that it makes the yellow more opaque, because my yellow is like really liquidy. Not what we're aiming for. I just want it to be like a really yellowy green. I really like yellowy greens. Okay. Not loose enough. Needs more water. There's like a very fine line between opaque and completely transparent with acrylic paint. Toby, don't bark, don't growl at him. I can hear Rohan. That grassy knoll is looking so much better now. I agree. Looks way more like a place I want to go hang out. Toby! Toby! Come back here. Good boy. Thank you, Toby. Come on. You leave that poor dog alone. Or cat. He's a cat. Leave that poor cat alone. I agree, though. It does look a lot better now. Toby, you are going to get attacked by a cat, and you are not going to know what to do about it. Okay, a lot more foreground grass now. Back to my yellow, which needs a little bit more water. And a little bit more white. Pretty much it's just not the right color now. Okay, more water. Sorry, I'm bending around my mic so that I can see my pad here. Okay, So we want it to be white to add the thickness or to add the opacity, but we need to add water. And then we need to add green because the white made it too light. But then the green is going to make it too cool toned. So we have to add yellow to get our color back. Then just a teeny bit more water. And now we've got our grass color. Beautiful. Almost looks like lupines there. Where? These things? Are they yellow lupines? This is a summer scene, so there would not be any lupines, I don't think. Aren't lupines like a spring flower? We could put some California poppies, maybe. Cool. Gotta come back down over here. Put some It's like I'm trying to make the rocks look like they're completely engrossed, surrounded, encompassed by the grass. And then, oops, that's too much paint, Laura. Then I can transition to longer grass. Cool. Which almost makes me want to go like long. Have some long ones here. And then I can go in with just a plain green. There. Okay. There. That's what I was trying to do. Thank you very much for understanding. Paintbrush. Still need more daisies, I know that. Excuse me. Cool. Back to my nice yellow, green. Trying to have some empty space that doesn't have any plants. You know, like some just dirt. Okay, back to my green. I'll add a little bit more of the darker green so I can change the tone a bit. And now I think I'll just do these really short. This color I'll use for these really short brush strokes. How is it already 11:40? I'm having fun. I don't want to stop painting, but I have so much work to do today. Could also use this for leaves. I almost feel like that should have way more yellow. Seven. 7. That looks cute, don't you think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I do still think I want to make more daisies, so maybe we can try to get at least the first layer of white paint down on those. And I think I want them to be over here. This is just for my own organizing of it. There's my daisies. I just realized I'm going to do Queen Anne's lace because I'm looking at these and going, oh, I know how to turn that into Queen Anne's lace. Okay, so there's the first part. And then part number 2 is going to be our yellow center. Don't worry, we're going to have to do a little bit more for petals. I just want to get the main layer down. Okay, so that's gonna be daisies, and now I want to do some Queen Anne's lace, which is gonna be a green long stem. Like that, and then we could have another one coming this way. And then they have the frilly leaves like carrots. And then with white, we can make a little disc shape with dots. So we do a dot, and we do a bunch of dots around it, a bunch of dots around it, until we have a nice round shape. Okay, yeah, there's Queen Anne's lace. Pretty. Okay, and then after we do the white layer for the Queen Anne's lace, then we can go with a dark color that's liquidy, a dark green preferably, that is super liquidy. And we can use that to add those little stems that connect the Queen Anne's lace to the plant. Okay. Excuse me, I haven't put any dandelions in. You think that's okay? I also wish I could put like a vine that goes through a lot of this stuff. You know, like Creeping Charlie or bindweed. That would be here too. Okay, so now I will take my light green and I will add in my stems. For my little fried eggs here. And I'll just add a whole bunch more stems. There we go. Now our daisies make a little more sense. And then I can go back in with white, because now that white hopefully is like dry-ish. So now I'll go back with true white. Actually, maybe I'll go back in with gray first. to do some, you know, like the spaces between the petals or whatever. Maybe it even needs darker than that. Where did I mix it? There you are. A little bit more black mixed in. Okay, so now I can come from the middle and just help make petals. It's not really doing what I wanted it to do. It's okay. I think I know what I need to do. The same thing I did for the Black-Eyed Susans. So I'm kind of creating shadow right now first. I forgot about shadows. Okay, so first shadows. Good. Then I can go wait a minute for that to dry. And we can do we have enough in the middle and background? Does it make sense? I just want there to be so much texture. There. Does that look like there's like a weed vine climbing around? That's what I'm going for with these bits of squiggles. I feel like all the lines are going vertically. We can have some horizontal lines just to break it up. Okay. Now, the main foreground stuff is not going to go much taller than this. And I think it's going to be kind of like lots of close-up stems and grass. Beelzebub, I can hear you. You're not supposed to be in there. I know you're not. I hear you. Not you, Gary. Not you, Rohan. I hear you. You're on something that's made of glass. I hear you. Get off of there. Thank you. Devil Child. Hi, Laura. Hi, everyone. Have been here for a bit and clicked a like. Thank you. Getting packed to go to the lake tomorrow. I put in a Walmart order, and now I'm going to mix the ingredients to make some seedy bread. That's awesome. You're so organized. I hope you have an awesome day at the lake. I want to go to the lake. I guess I could go to the lake. It's Lake Erie, isn't it? That's not far from me. I just have to keep this paint liquidy enough that it doesn't look messy. Like when it's dry, you see how it ends up as a wide brush stroke like this? When it's wet, it like tapers to a point. So yes, it's in Ohio. Here's the other question. Where are we writing Alistair? Because this is for him. Maybe we write it right here. That actually might work. Excuse me. I don't have any like shrubs. Do I need a shrub in here? Or do you think we're okay with just small plants and grasses? Painting looks great. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like we're finally on track with it. Like it's actually making sense the way like I wanted it to. It's actually looking more like grasslandy. I always put ferns in the foreground, but that doesn't really make sense here, you know? Probably we should do flowers in this foreground section. Maybe like a pile of echinacea or coneflower, whatever. Rudbeckias. Cool. And then I'm going to make a really yellow green. I'm going to put some individual leaves. I think we're going to need some thinner lines up here, but I like it. I think it's working. I feel okay about that. And what does purple and green do? Ooh, that's a nice color actually. It made the green turn like more dark, more purple. That makes sense, purpley green. Okay, I added a little bit of black, which turned it basically black. Love that. I am left-handed and I keep putting my hand right on the work that I just painted. I'm just trying to make it like blend into the green a little bit more. Same thing down here. There needs to be some greenery. Cool. I'm into it. My grassy knoll is the coolest grassy knoll around. I feel like this could use a straighter line. There. Much better. All right, so after 3 hours, I didn't even show you the garden today, but after 3 hours, this is what we've managed to accomplish. We added a whole bunch of flowers in the foreground. I think that looks super, or in the midground, I guess. The foreground is not done yet. That'll be another day. But let me show you what it looks like from the front. Ta-da! We are getting somewhere with it. I feel like it's starting to look like a scene that makes sense, which is super cool. It's supposed to be like dawn. This is like a grassy area. This is where the cows will be, and that's a sunflower field. Here are the flowers that we managed to paint today. I have some purple cone flowers, clover, bunch of little spray white ones, black-eyed Susans, daisies. There's some more daisies over here. Then we've got all of our rocks, our cows. You can see the sky kind of, I feel like it shows that it's dawn. It's like kind of pinky at the horizon. And then this is going to be the barn, which is getting the first hit of sunlight in the morning. But here's what it looks like from a little farther away. I feel like from farther away, you can feel it better. Like the cows look like cows. Actually, now that I'm seeing this from farther away, this is kind of sticking out like a bad way to me. And so is this. I think these need to have grass coming up them, because I think grass would have covered them. I also think that right here, we can add some flowers that go out into the road. And I think also here on the road and here on the road, there's room. This foreground is going to be flowers, but they're going to be larger and more focused, like in detail. But for now, if I hold it back here, you can say, okay, I see there's flowers. If I hold it from here, I feel like you can say, those are black-eyed Susans and those are sunflowers. I feel like it's pretty obvious. I like it. so far so good. Lots of work to do still. I want to show you again the beautiful bouquet. Looking wonderful, Laura. Maybe a little grass in between the rocks. I think that's probably a good idea. So this is today's flowers. We've got a beautiful purple poppy, gorgeous Clarkia mountain garland, the yellow Chantilly snapdragons, the butterfly snapdragons, a white hosta flower. Beautiful. Just a pretty, like, whimsical little bouquet. And then for the short stems, I have my yarrow, which I think I'm going to pull this bundle of yarrow out and dry it to see how they dry. But my yarrow, I just want you to see the colors I have right now because, not my yarrow. Yeah, my yarrow. I was going to say feverfew. No, my yarrow. Look at the colors it has now. We have the apricot, which goes apricot and cream, the bright pink, the purple, the pale pink, the white, and now we have this tiny baby pink one as well. So see the white? See how pale the baby pink is? And what's wrapped around it is double feverfew. So the little white ones, the little daisies, those guys are white feverfew. But isn't that so cute for like a little flower girl bouquet? So pretty. And then I also picked all the snapdragons, all the sweet peas today. Wow, my brain. I just want you to see them. So pretty. I also picked some pansies. I'm going to press them flat. Really pretty. And then last but not least, I have nasturtiums. I just thought you might like to see how beautiful they are. Also edible. That's a Clarkia mountain garland. But the rest are nasturtiums. So that's that for that. I really hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me and painting today. I really did enjoy myself. I love when we do our painting streams. I feel very nice painting. It feels very nice. It feels very calm and very nice and very gentle and a nice way to start the morning. It's like not stressful, which is nice because you can always paint over it. Like coloring with markers stresses me out because if you make a mistake, you're done. Whereas if you paint, you just paint over it. You can't color over it with markers. You know what I mean? You can color over it with a darker marker, but you can't color over it with a different color. It won't work. Whereas with paint, you can just color over it. And if you don't want to color over it, you can paint over it white and then paint over it later. I love painting. And look at that. Almost no mess and almost no mess on my table. Some mess, but not as much as I would have thought. Definitely a nice way to start the day. I agree, Deborah. Alrighty. So, like I said, that's all. I'm going to head out now and play in my garden for half an hour before the heat really takes over for the day. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. As you can see from my hair, which was not frizzy when the stream started, zoom back through the stream and go watch the first 5 minutes. The humidity today is such that my hair is already just growing. It's just going to get bigger and bigger all day long. I just know it. Not much I can do about it. Also, I used a shampoo that washed the hair dye out of the hair at my roots. So my roots go white and then peach. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not on purpose. Okay. I love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for everyone who's supporting the channel. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. It helps the channel grow, and you're already here hanging out with us, so you might as well. And come back on Wednesday for Wednesday's live stream because I'm going to show you everything that's blooming in the garden. I forgot to today. Or not I forgot to. I just didn't get to it. But I'll show you on Wednesday. There will be a tutorial tomorrow. It's not done yet, so I will have to finish it today. But I will finish it today, and it'll come out tomorrow. There will be a flower tutorial for celosia flowers. Celosia, if you so choose to say it that way. So there will be a new video tomorrow. If you like it, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe if you're new, and if you liked the live stream, come back on Wednesday because we always get together Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. We hang out, we chat. Sometimes we paint, sometimes we crochet, sometimes we just look at pictures of plants. So if that sounds fun, come back, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!